YouTube is Rico, man, back with another video. Before we get started, today of course is Thanksgiving, so I want to say happy Thanksgiving to all the supporters out there that's watching us and continue to watch us even on the holidays, man. Without y'all we wouldn't be able to do this, so the grind don't stop, y'all already know this. I upload every single day if the internet or YouTube isn't messing up on the uploading, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the last two videos. If y'all haven't checked them out already, go check them out, man. They pranks on my mom and sister. And yeah, just go check it out because there's a lot to say about that. But this ain't that type of video, and I don't want to take up too much time with that. But just definitely go check those last two uploads out. You won't be disappointed. They were very funny, and yeah, got hit with some bars for the pranks. But other than that, though, man, y'all see what we got, man. Now, this person that we reacted to with this animated video, I couldn't for the longest think who this guy was that did the videos, let alone find out his YouTube. I used to see I still see today Your Rage react to him and stuff, and I finally seen him at the YouTube channel of the guy that makes these videos. So I said, why not react to him, because his videos be funny. But yeah, man, here we is. We finally getting ready to react to him for the first time ever. So y'all already know what time it is. If you're brand new, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so you know when we upload. And I just want to say again, happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the day and doing as much as you can to social distance still, man. I know everybody, because of today is a big holiday, and this is usually around the time of the year that people get together and have a big feast and all that. But hopefully you're not having too many people over like the years prior, because y'all know that thing's still going around like crazy and look like it ain't slowing down. So definitely still, hopefully you guys are able to social distance as much as y'all can and still continue to enjoy the day and stuff like that. But other than that, this video is called I Hated Working With This Guy, and we're about to react to it. So let me turn on my post notification screen record. That started, and we getting ready to start this video now.
And that's when I decided that I hate this dude. You know, if you want to finesse the system, suck up to the bosses, jerk off all day in other departments, and gossip.
I hate them type of people, y'all. I swear, when you working, bro, it's always that one person that's gotta act like he the boss, or he's super cool with the boss and stuff, and think they can do whatever they want to just because they're cool with the bosses at the job and stuff like that. I hate those type of people, y'all, because once you do something or try to associate with the person just for whatever reason, it creates other problems, and then it gets to the point where they're just annoying and you wish you probably never even had to see and work with this person. So I definitely understand that type of person, and I'm pretty sure all of us at one point at a job came across this type of person, and you just want to avoid them as much as you can and not really even hold a friendly conversation as much, because once you let somebody know your personal life at the job, it's a whole bunch of problems that can happen in the future, that now your whole life story pretty much getting put out there to other people that you don't even talk to and stuff like that. Now other people knowing stuff about you that you didn't even want them knowing about. So it's definitely that one person that I think we could all agree on if you had a job before and came across this type of person, for sure.
If like a teenage girl, fine, but give me my goddamn credit.
I will use headphones, but we're reacting, so I ain't gonna be able to do that.
Before I became a YouTuber, and to be honest, a part of me kind of misses it, because once you're out of school, the workplace is the last place where you don't have to try to make friends. You know, like at school and at work, making friends just kind of happens. When you're forced to be around the same people on a regular basis, it's only a matter of time before you start finding things in common. I mean, how many best friends and relationships have been the result of just being randomly placed in the same room as somebody else because of a class or a job? But not everyone you meet at work is cool, right? For every chill, funny, likable person you meet at work, there's gonna be someone else that just knows how to get under your skin.
Always that one person, like I said, man. It's always that one person that just always finds a way to irritate you while you at work and stuff, and get to the point where you literally probably want to do something to that person, but you ain't trying to get fired, of course. But once something happen, I ain't saying it happened to me, but once a person goes too far, now you got to give them bars and possibly you have to put hands on them. But I don't promote violence, y'all, so don't think I'm telling y'all if they really irritating you, then put your hands on them. Nah, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there's some things that they do that really makes you want to do that to that person. So y'all got to try to keep y'all cool, and if y'all can, say something to the boss and be like, hey, this person is saying a little too much or doing a little too much. I'm going to end up, I don't want to do that because I'm a good worker and I don't want to get fired type shit. But it's always that one person. But luckily, out of all the jobs I had, I could actually say this one by far, I really don't talk to nobody, let alone have friends, because all my old jobs, I worked with people that I already knew outside the job type shit. So, but this one, by far where I work at now, is the only job I ever had where I don't know somebody like that to the point where we friends and shit, like hang out outside the job, etc., etc. So I definitely like that because, like I said, I don't know what it is, but to be honest, friends on the job don't mix well all the time. Like, it just don't, especially with people you don't really know like that, because I'm not the person to go to a job and just talk to people I never knew outside beforehand. Like, I just don't. Like, I can say what's up here and there and go about my business and do my job and that's it. But other than that, I'm not a person to go work somewhere where I don't know nobody and try to make friends. Like, nah, I'm just there to do my job. That's really what you there to do. So it is what it is. If I know you friends with you, is most likely because I know you outside of work before. So that's it. But other than that, I ain't got nobody at this job to be like that. So it is what it is. I show up, do my job, and go home. Simple. Other than that, let's get back to this video.
Well, today.
Hold on, y'all. The screen record stopped. I gotta start it back up. I hate when it does that. Hold on, y'all. I gotta start the screen record back up. Is it gonna start for me? Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. So look, I'm gonna have to go to a whole another browser to screen record finally again. YouTube, why you have to do that to me? Other than that, man, while we doing this, how is y'all day going on, man? Comment down below how y'all day is going. And yeah, other than that, all right, we're finally back to our video. But let me see, since I had to open up another browser, where did we leave off at? 108. Okay. All right, so we at 108. Boom. Start the screen record back up. Wait a minute, y'all. Like, all of a sudden, this doesn't want to work for whatever reason. Hold on. I'm gonna get right back to y'all. Alright, guys. We finally back in action, man. I had to go through a whole lot just to get my screen record back on. So, let's get back continuing with this video.
Well, today, I'm gonna be telling you a story about a coworker who I really grew to dislike. So, a lot of you know that technically my first real job was working for McDonald's back in Broward, Florida, my junior year of high school. But it didn't take me more than a couple months to get fired, so I don't really count as my first real job. To me, my first real job was...
And what was y'all first real job? 'Cause I remember seeing this post going around on Twitter, Facebook, and stuff like that about people's first jobs mostly always being McDonald's or Burger King or a Wendy's. to believe it or not, my first job, it was almost a Wendy's, but my first ever job was actually for a Walmart with more pay. So, hey man, I got lucky to skip that first comment ass job that everybody else was getting. So, hey man, all you gotta do is just search, man, and I luckily found a position at Walmart, got up in there, and made a little bit more than what Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's was paying back then around that time, 2016. So yeah, definitely got lucky and skipped that first ever job.
When I worked for Dick's Sporting Goods. Shortly after moving to California, right after I graduated high school, I realized that I needed a job. And I had just started dating a girl whose big sister was an assistant manager at a Dick's Sporting Goods. So my girl pulls some strings, and within a couple of weeks of applying, I get the job. So I show up for my first day of work, I meet a store manager, cool dude, he gives me the rundown, and then he shows me around the team sports department, which was the department that I was going to be working in. And that's when I met Mark, the supervisor of the team sports department. And Mark was a kind of person I had never met before. He was like a TV character, you know? Like, his personality was like a guy straight out of a sitcom. Also, didn't help, he looked just like Jonah Hill, bro, I swear. Anyway, I liked Mark when I met him, personally. I thought he was an interesting character. You know, he was always decked out in the freshest Nike gear. He was very charismatic, and he knew everything about baseball, which I knew nothing about. And since baseball was our top-selling product, I found myself constantly asking him questions. And he was always very nice and patient with me. So I was rocking with him. One day, I walked to the back of the store, you know, the behind-the-scenes part. I went to the back to print some signs for some products when I saw Mark chilling in one of the little office rooms with his other employee. I overheard their conversation, and I realized that Mark was sneak dissing one of the other employees. He wasn't saying anything nice, you feel me? Which happens at work.
Be like that. Some people will seem cool in front of you, and then behind closed doors or behind your back, or in this case talking about somebody else, now you really see how they really is when they talking to other mugs they been working with. So it be like that though. Tough. And you gotta watch out for them type of people, because shoot, you never know, one day they might end up be gossiping and talking about you behind your back. So that's why I said, man, I try not to have or make friends at work. It's just that simple, because I don't need nobody knowing my personal life or talking about me and how I do things, etc., etc.
But what I didn't like is that I've seen Mark being really chummy with the person he was talking about. AKA, to me, it seemed like he was being fake to that person, which, right away, I didn't like. Because I don't like fake people, even if it's not directly to me. Because if I see you being fake to someone else, how am I gonna know if you're being real with me? You could be the most rude, offensive, insensitive person. I'd rather hang out with that guy because at least I know he's honest. But if I think you might be fake, I'm gonna keep my distance. So I started to do that. But I still liked Mark as a coworker. I just knew right then and there that we were never gonna hang out outside of work.
And that's the thing right there, and probably a problem for a lot of people. We could be cool at work, but like I'm saying, I'm still saying though, I'm not gonna be like a friend or something. Like, we could be cool at work, like what's up here and there, and then talk about stuff related to the job. But other than that, outside of work, I already know I'm not finna mess with you. I'm not finna hang, none of that. It's just strictly work and professional business. And after that, once we are outside of work, I'm going about my way and about my day. Simple.
But that's fine, as long as he continued to do his job and continue to be a reliable supervisor. Well, then you know, who and what he chooses to talk about with other people, well, that's not my business. So, I wanted to be a great employee. That's just who I am, right? I'm competitive, and anything I do, I try to do really well. So anything that was asked of me, I tried to do at a high level and with a great attitude. And I don't think it took long for Mark to recognize that. Because in a matter of days of working there, Mark had me running around the store doing everything, right? Cleaning the bathroom, moving heavy equipment, organizing the back room, fixing apparel, any and everything. And at the time, I didn't think anything was wrong with it. You know, I was a new guy. I had to earn my stripes and I was getting paid by the hour. So I did what Mark told me to do. But the longer I worked there, the more I started to notice that Mark wasn't around his department very much. He spent a lot of time in the back office, chopping it up with the store manager. That, or he was in the golf department playing on the golf simulator. And after a while, I realized that this dude was just offloading all his work onto his subordinates. Eventually, other employees started to let me know that this is just what he does. So one night, I'm closing the store after a very busy day, and my department was in shambles, right? And when you're closing, you're supposed to leave it looking close to perfect for when the store opens in the morning. But that day, Mark had the midday shift. But because he was busy jerking off in the other departments, he ain't helped me clean. And because he wasn't there, I had to do all the customer service. So no one...
And that's how some of these supervisors do they employees, believe it or not, man. Some of these places, I ain't gonna say all places like this is doing that to their workers, but some of these people do be doing that in a supervisor role. Like, some of these supervisors will literally make all these different employees do hella stuff, like probably more than what they really should be doing at that. So it's like kind of hard to come to work and be enthusiastic and happy about it, because knowing what you did for the supervisor the day before, and you 9 times out of 10 got to do it the same exact way the next day, doing all this different extra work and stuff, you're not gonna be happy. And at that point, you eventually just gonna probably start looking for another job, or looking for a way to damn near get fired, just so you can have a reason to go look for another job more faster, and not really be like, all right, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to stick through it. Like, nah, because some of these jobs, they will try to push you to the limit, to the point where you just quit and not even have a backup plan. So that's why it's always smart, and people tell you stick with a job, but never quit until you know you got a backup plan. So as long as you got a backup plan, then, hey, do whatever you want to do. Get fired or quit. Shoot, because as long as you got a backup plan, you good. But if you get fired or quit before you even have a backup plan, you pretty much setting yourself back, and you losing money. So, hey, you just gotta be real smart about it. You ain't even gotta tell nobody, hey, since they doing this, I'm going to look for another job. Just do that all in silence, and the next day, if they don't see you, and they don't see you for even more days after that, then they know what's up. They pretty much know you gone, you up. So, hey, you ain't gotta let everybody know either, because that's another thing that people like to talk about. Oh, such and such said he finna quit and go do this and that. And then if that get back to that supervisor, now that supervisor might either try to look for more ways to make your life miserable at the job, or they might just find a petty reason to just fire you or let you go or something crazy and stuff. But then it's pretty much what I'm saying, at the end of the day, giving them a green light to do something that's gonna make you get fired instead of you leaving on your own terms, type shit, in a good way. So best just keep silent, do your job. If you don't like it, don't tell nobody. Just when you get off, when you at home, look for another job. Try to get hired there. And if you get hired, then hey, it's all about what you want to do. Either you get fired or you quit. Simple. And you ain't gotta even tell nobody. They're just gonna see that one day you gone.
Was cleaning the department. So when he clocks out some hours before me, I'm the one stuck cleaning the entire department that has been a mess for the whole day. But I accepted the challenge. I was literally running around the department, cleaning as fast as I could. I did all the go backs. I tidied up the storage room. I went off, okay? And by the time I clocked out, my department looked amazing. Fast forward to the next day, and both Mark and I are opening, and the store manager was giving us the rundown from the previous day. And apparently, my department made a ton of money, right? Way over projection. So of course, he's complimenting Mark and doing a great job and still managing to keep the department clean so that I had a easy close. So now I'm standing there thinking, This dude ain't do jack. You better give me some credit. I made those sales. I cleaned.
And that's the thing, man. The store managers at these places sometimes don't even know that their own people under them as supervisors ain't even doing their job. It's the actual workers below the supervisors that's doing all the hard work and doing their job. So that I already know can definitely irritate you if you that person pretty much where you did everything, but yet the supervisor that's beneath the store manager is getting all the praise and stuff. And little do they know that supervisor ain't doing nothing that they supposed to be doing. They pretty much giving it all to the people that's the regular entry-level employees. So I already know how that go.
The department, I better get some recognition. But Mark just took all the praise. Didn't show me any type of love for carrying the team.
Exactly,
like
ain't show you no love or nothing.
And that's when I decided that I hate this dude. You know, if you want to finesse the system, suck up to the bosses, jerk off all day in other departments, and gossip like a teenage girl, fine. But give me my goddamn credit. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take a page out of Mark's book, and I'm going to start big chilling. Because I get paid the same regardless. And if I can't get my pat on the back at least, I'm going to take a sat in the back and play on my phone. But here's the funny thing about that. When I stopped working as hard, my life got harder. Because you may not get credit when you make everything go right, but when things go wrong, best believe everybody's pointing their finger at you. And I try not.
And that's the thing. It's a double-edged sword. You could be one of the best workers one day, 1 week, or however long. And then the next, once you start slacking off, all of a sudden, not even the supervisor, the one that was getting praised for doing all the work, yet if something go wrong, not you the person getting blamed for it. Now all of a sudden the store manager want to have something to say to you. But yeah, you was just praising the supervisor for doing all this work and this and that. Now when everything go bad, you ain't saying nothing to that person. But now you coming to the person you didn't even give acknowledgement, let alone give recognition to, that you gave to the supervisor. So that's just crazy how everything just works weird in places like this for a job. Like, it's just crazy, super crazy.
To be the blame other people, point fingers kind of guy. So I wasn't about to start complaining to the store manager about Mark, especially since I knew that Mark had spent the last year greasing this dude up. So after I realized that not working hard on the clock wasn't getting me the sense of justice that I wanted, I went back to working hard. But this time for me, you know, I didn't care if I wasn't going to get the credit. I still wanted it, but if I didn't get it, whatever. Mark continued being Mark, and that's how things went for a while. And I thought that's how things were going to stay. But one day, I hear that Mark is putting in his 2 weeks. Apparently, he thought he was going to get some promotion, but turns out that upper management saw that Mark was a poser and gave the position to someone else. I guess he didn't like that. So eventually, he leaves, leaving his job up for grabs. And guess who gets promoted to be the new department supervisor? This other guy who was there longer than me, but yeah, he was a good worker, so fine. But
I ain't even gonna lie, I thought he was about to say him, but he did that little plot twist right there and it went smooth about it. Wasn't me though, it was somebody else. I like that. That was funny as hell.
Then he left like a few months later, and then I became the department supervisor. And right before I quit, I was getting interviewed for that same promotion Mark wanted. So moral of the story, if you ever have the displeasure of working with someone who doesn't pull their own weight, or you feel like you're not getting credit for your work, just because they aren't telling you doesn't mean they don't see it. And as long as you work
that
hard
is true though.
for working hard's sake, underperformers will get exposed, and one way or another, you will eventually rise to the top.
I ain't gonna lie, he definitely spoke some truth. That's another thing I ain't get to even say because he brought it to my attention. So what basically he's saying, man, hey, just because you might not be getting the recognition that you think you should be getting doesn't mean that that person ain't watching you and paying attention to the person that they giving, I guess, fake recognition to. Because pretty much he just said he was giving dude all the recognition, but yet he didn't get him none. But once everything went bad, then he finally said something to him and tried to make it basically look like he blaming him. The whole time, when that person that he was giving so much recognition to was trying to get a promotion, he said, you ain't done nothing to deserve it. So, I don't know. It's just all weird how that all goes, man. And believe it or not, that's how sometimes stuff do like that do go. So, I don't know, man. Comment down below what y'all think, man. If y'all enjoyed this video as much as I did, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so you don't forget when we upload or miss out when we upload, man. Because, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I almost forgot to say the word subscribe. I couldn't even think of it for nothing. But I'm gonna definitely be reacting to more videos like this. Just stay tuned. And enjoy the rest of y'all holiday. And yeah, we gonna see y'all later on. Peace.